Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of the Game Emporium, where two friends have gathered to play a board game digitally. Hello, we're
Hello.
back. It's warm.
Back again. It is.
Guess who's back? Back again. It's us. Tell your
Summer is
friends.
back, apparently.
Summer has returned in September, which is not too bad, but given that July and August was not great, it seems to have worked out for us. But there you go. Such is the way of life. Hello, my name is Luke. That is Dom.
Hello.
And we are a two today. It's just the two of us, and we are going to be playing a little small couple of two-player games, probably. We're going to see how it goes. We're going to start ourselves off with some Patchwork, an Uwe Rosenberg classic, and then we're going to see what we feel like doing after we finish this one. I can't imagine this will be the entire stream. It might be. You might enjoy it. But that is what we are doing right at this moment. Dom, how are you?
I'm sure we'll manage to stitch something together.
We'll patch it up eventually.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm okay. Bit tired from a busy weekend of nerdery, but it was enjoyable.
What was your weekend of nerdery involving?
There's a Magic pre-release for Wilds of Eldraine, so I was down at our friendly local game shop Manuscrew on Saturday for that.
Very nice.
Which finished quite late, and then I got up early Sunday to do my usual volunteering at Junior Parkrun, and then more Magic through the day.
What a hardship it is. I tell you what, it's rather interesting that Manuscrew is in fact my local game store, because I don't think there is one closer to where I am. I don't know if there's one in Rushden. That will bisect those two things. I don't know. Welcome to more nerd stuff. We're talking about maths.
Game store sense tingling.
My meeple sense is tingling. I know there's a game cafe not too far away from us in Banbury. So that's one to go to. If you're in the Northamptonshire area, go and check out Ready Steady Roll. I almost said Thursday Meeples. That's in Oxford and Bath. Both very fine establishments. Board game cafes. They're great.
They are.
Speaking of other things that are great, the people that help make us do these things, and that is Game Tea, the providers of game-adjacent gear and goods, a UK business specialising in the beautiful gaming artwork, clothing, and various accessories. We have an affiliate link because we are ambassadors for Game Tea, who do some cool stuff like the candle that is over here. Ow! I have a sore shoulder because of that. But I reached over it and I've got this, the Goblin King, which is a candle that Laura quite enjoys.
We will suffer for you.
Someone will suffer for you. It's more likely going to be me at some point. But yeah, if you want to go and check out some of the stuff, you can go to gametea.co.uk/eatcritsurvive or use the code eatcritsurvive at checkout to get yourself 5% off. And yes, we are still the Game Emporium, and no, we haven't got around to changing that code. Probably won't, to be perfectly honest, because it's less board gamey, it's more D&D stuff and some video games, but there's still some cool stuff over at GameTea, so go and check them out.
Plus, we can change things on our end quite easily. Other people changing things on their end.
It's a little bit
less
of a challenge. No, I did speak to AJ. It was one of the sisters. I think it was AJ that I spoke to at UKGE. I need to follow up on that actually. So I want to get in touch and see if they want to join us. Your brightness has suddenly shot up for some reason on your camera. It's like you've opened the... Oh, there you go. Now it's dimmed down. That was odd.
I couldn't see it on my end.
No,
peculiar.
Strange.
Well,
it is. It's sorted now, so you're all good. Whilst you're on the internet looking at GameTea, you can always check out what we've been doing over on our YouTube channel to see what our D&D campaign has been up to, and some of our previous board game content, as we did as eCritSpy Plays board game, some of mine and Ross's top of the box, including our top 50 board games of all time, as of a few months ago. That list has changed, let me tell you. And yeah, just some of the other fun stuff that we're doing. Go check that out, because I like what we're doing. I think it's good fun. You get to see us play board games. Like Patchwork, which is our game of today. Now, Patchwork is a two-player polyomino tile placement game by, as I said, Uwe Rosenberg, where you are making a quilt. we are basically going to be picking up these little polygonal shapes. We draft. I guess it's drafting from these three as it sort of moves around the circle. If I could zoom out of the board, you can see that there's a whole ring of tiles all the way around the board that each have a button cost and a time cost. Time cost is how far you are progressing around this board because it takes you time to sew buttons into your quilt. The button cost is it's expensive. Button is money. But some of these things some of these patches have got buttons on them. Buttons are important because as you cross over these little button spaces as you progress around the board, you will gain that as income. So it's nice to put extra buttons out and gain more buttons. If you are the player behind, so let's say after I've taken a turn, technically I think I am the first player at the moment, but Dom, let's say as it goes on, after I've taken my turn, Dom will be able to move. Depending on how far ahead I am, Dom will be able to make multiple turns depending on how much time he eats up sewing in those various patches. There's an interesting dichotomy on button cost and time cost that doesn't always correlate to the size of the shape that you're filling in. Like this shape here in the middle fills in 5 of these squares, costs 2 time and 2 buttons, but it doesn't give you anything else other than it fills some space. So there is that. The game will end when both of us have reached the centre, and we'll score from there based on how many buttons we have. We will also have a bonus for the first person who fills in a 7x7 grid on their board. These are normally 9x9, but if we can finish a 7x7, we'll get a bonus 7, I think. That would make sense. That's Patchwork in a nutshell. It's there. Oh, we also have these little scrap patches. First player who goes over them will gain a little 1x1 square that they can put anywhere on their board, which is nice for filling in those tiny holes. So, we start off with 5 buttons each, and I'm going to start things off with this long straight. We can rotate these, we can mirror them, we can do whatever we want with these shapes as long as they fit onto our patchwork, and then we sew them in. The animation on this is quite nice. And that is now my turn as I bounce along, and Dom, it is your turn to pick a shape.
Okay, ooh, 2 of them have gone sparkly.
I think they're ones that you can afford. Because that last one you cannot afford because you don't have enough buttons.
Yes. You can't just go around and pick any old shape off the carousel.
No, you can only go for the first 3 that are available to you.
Okay, well... I've got the squarish one or the lumpy branchy one, which looks problematic. So let's go with the more squarish one.
More conventional
Please?
shape.
Please? Please pick that shape. I'm clicking you.
Like,
I
think you have to drag it.
Yes. There we go. Excellent. So simple.
So simple. The animation is quite nice as well, as it sews it in for you.
Right, and then it is my turn again. Okay.
Boy. Oh, big branch shape is still there.
It is.
Of course, alternatively, you can choose to just pass, and then you jump forward as many spaces until you are in front of your opponent, and you gain that many buttons. So it's kind of useful.
Yeah, I think this nice pink shape looks quite useful.
The big C.
Rotate.
Pivot.
And...
Pivot.
Right. And there we go, I collected the button for doing that.
Very nice. Yes, because you have now got one on your board, so you gain a button income to get one back. Alrighty, let's see what I've got. Ooh. That's little hideous. So, alright, so I get this little 2x1 guess I'm just going to rotate and extend out the bottom. Just build out that bottom row. Doesn't get me anything, which is not the easiest to deal with. And now I have no buttons. Now I have one button. Hooray! Ooh. I think I'm going to take this long boy. It is worth much time, but not many buttons. But it will give me a button to add in. And I think I'll be able to mitigate that. As long as I get the 7x7, I think I'm okay. As long as I can deal with that small space there. But I have given Dom quite a gap to potentially make up with some quite expensive shapes.
Yeah.
Apart from that.
Though I've only got 3 buttons at the minute. But sure, why not? Let's take the H.
What the H?
Because it fits in quite nicely.
Very nice. Now it is your turn. You have a button.
That shape almost fits really nicely. Oh, does it? That might fit even more. That might fit more nicer than I thought. The long S. Yeah, that looks worth a try. Let's pop that in.
I don't know why I made such an intrigued noise, but there we go. It's the noise I made.
Yeah, I'm hoping I haven't screwed myself over by leaving me a little strip there, but we shall see.
Maybe, who knows? I'm sure we will find out how we do. Right.
It's been a while since I've done any sewing in real life.
What do you sew?
Oh, nothing particularly fancy, but I've done like seam repairs and sewing on fresh new buttons and things like that.
Oh, that's interesting. It gives you it also passes if you can't play anything, which is seemingly what's happening. Is it's just sort of popping. Both of us are terrible at this. I've just had a notification pop up that says that our friend Optimistic Elk is playing Baldur's Gate 3.
Can't wait till Friday to get his D&D fix.
He can't, no. He's going to be with us on Friday, I think. I hope. Makes life a lot easier when he's here.
Is Laura listening?
I don't know. Probably
okay,
not. Secret squirrel.
Is it this Friday?
No, next.
You're on about maybe getting there a bit early. Ah, cool. I was thinking I'll probably be okay getting back from the ski lesson I booked in Milton Keynes on time, but I never want to take the trains completely for granted.
That's probably wise. It's the 15th is when we're planning on that.
Yes. Planning on pizza.
Pizza party. Connor's going to be making some brownies.
Oh, nice. Now, do I want a big chunky boy? Doesn't take much time and it does give me a button, so it doesn't seem too unreasonable.
And you are about to have button income, which is always nice.
Yeah.
Interesting. Alright, let's see what I've got here. Ooh, buddy. Okay. Let's... Oh, this is handy. I can see what's coming up in the future. Just across the top bar of the screen. That's useful. I think I have 7 buttons.
Well, you are a button magnate.
Yes, I am. But I think I'm going to use a small amount of buttons and time to get this little corner piece tucked in there. Jump forward a
That
bit.
does look pretty handy.
And then I can pick up this piece, which I can flip and rotate, and I can put in here. Yes, that's satisfying. And I get another button income.
Oh, yeah, that's nice. Slots in neatly.
You had a nice auto pass there. Now,
And a few buttons. Many buttons as a result.
yes, it helps when you jump ahead like that. You do get a good chunk of buttons. Now, the only one I can afford is this one, and I do want to do this because this sort of L shape. I do want to be the one that places this because I can put it there, which is nice. But it also costs enough time that I will get that patch.
That would have been a very helpful piece for me.
Apparently, no, it doesn't. I thought I had more. I thought it cost more time than that. Whoops. So good news for you. You're getting a patch.
Yes. Soon I will be up to date. Now, which of these pieces do I want to go with it? That was the question.
Oh, and typical Uwe Rosenberg fashion, we started off on negative 100 and something odd points. We'll lose points for every square we have open at the end of the game. So
yes.
best to cover up as much as we can.
Yeah.
Now I don't know if this is true. I'm going to look at Board Game Geek because this is a thing I think is true, and I've heard often, but I've also heard it the other way around. Have you heard of a feast for Odin?
Heard of what? Sorry.
A feast for Odin.
Yes, I have. I don't know much about it, but I've heard the name. I think I've seen the box somewhere or other.
So there is a rumour, or there's a conversation that goes around that says that this game comes from a small part of a Feast for Odin, which is the tile placement element, which appears in the other part of the board. But looking at PGG, that's not true because a Feast for Odin came out in 2016. This came out in 2014. So that would suggest that it's the other way around, or at least you want to incorporate this into it. Ooh,
I've got a patch.
You did get a patch.
Okay, let's pop it in my awkward hole.
No one make any jokes. It's family friendly. I can only pass, so I have to auto pass and jump ahead. Apparently, you have to auto pass as well.
Yeah, I quite like does it automatically.
It does make life a lot easier than playing it in physical. Right.
Yeah, a bit faster.
So, do I take the one? No, actually, no. I can only take this one again. I can only take this L. But I think, yeah, I think this is probably a slightly better positioning for now. I might be able to get some sort of S that fits in there. Or I'll be able to get a patch, because I shot ahead there. So I'm going to put my little patch, I'm going to go down there in the corner. That'll do for now.
Okay, which of these shall I have?
I don't know, but you have got a lot of buttons and a lot of time.
Yeah, okay.
But you also have some awkward spaces.
I think I have a plan of sorts, though.
What? How dare you? How dare you have a plan?
Let's take that piece and fill in that gap there. Doesn't cost me too much time, and that lets me take the little two-sized piece and fill in what was otherwise going to be a really tricky part.
Mm-hmm.
And then more turn, hooray!
It is still more your turn. And we've looped back around. We've come back to the starting two pieces.
Now, do I want this awkward-looking variety bit? That's the question.
I'm not sure where it would fit for you at the moment.
Yeah,
But it does take up a lot of space and would give you another. Oh no, you've only got one more. You've only got 3 buttons left. So you could pass and gain 3 buttons plus your income.
yeah. It would be a bit of a gamble taking that. Let's pass if I can work out how to pass. Yes, there we go. Drag the thing across.
Nice. I feel like the buttons come out of the piggy bank. That does seem quite nice. Alright, so I also have weird branch thing, which I think I can utilise like a lunatic. So I'm going to do this. Because I get to hop over
That's
you.
a bold move.
It's a bold move, Con. Let's see if it pays off. And I think it will, because I now have access to all of these patches. And I think I want this one, because that will go rather snugly here. It'll give me another 3 buttons of income, yeet me right up the track, and give me that patch, which I can use to fill in down in this corner.
Oh yes, very neatly done.
Was that the right move? I could have taken this long, long stretchy bit. That could have worked. But I just don't know in this game.
Okay. Let's take this piece, a sort of weird kind of T-shaped thing.
Mm.
The tonfa, I shall call it.
The tonfa, yes.
And drop it there. And if my plan is correct, that should let me grab the L shape to fill in the little gap. Yes.
Oh, interesting. I was expecting you to have placed that 1 space lower down. Or 2 spaces lower down, so that you could have just filled in with the tonfa. I guess it gives you the same effect.
To be honest, I saw I could do that, thought it was cool, and probably didn't think, is this the most efficient way to do it?
Yeah, I feel you. I feel that. Okay, me. Well, the only thing I can do is this little tube for not much. Can I put it here? I feel like this could be a lunatic play, but I'm going to put it there anyway. There's 2 patches left. I've got a good chance of gaining one or both of them. Because it's my turn again. So, boop boop. Okay, get that. 9 buttons and 2 time. That's worth a lot. 7 buttons and 6 time. I'm going to go with this one that's only worth 2 time. Even though it's an awkward shape. Because I don't want to shoot far off and then not have the opportunity to get some more patches in place.
Yeah. Fair enough. Okay.
I think you're very close to your 7x7.
Yes, that's kind of what I'm hoping for. Can't quite do it this turn, I think. And the trouble is, I'm going to leapfrog you, which is going to give you the chance to screw me over.
Oh no, would I ever do that to you?
Yes.
What? How dare you accuse me of such things? Slander, sir, slander!
Okay, well, let's improve my odds to the best of my ability, and That's that on top there.
Mm-hmm.
Gives me a few buttons.
It does.
So I hadn't realised how much we're going to run out of time on this. Ooh,
Oh, I had to
you've
auto
also-
pass. I did not realise that. Uh-oh. Well, this is bad. And you are currently winning. Looking at the scores in the bottom there. And you are about to get a nice little that last patch, which is infuriating.
And I think I'm also getting my 7x7.
Yes, with that long boy.
Huzzah!
Huzzah indeed. There you go.
Yeah, let's just fill in a little gap.
That's the last scrap. Now, I think at this point, my best bet is to... Is it to fill in? I'm good. Can I turn the notification off? I don't think I can. Oh, never mind. Oh, shoot. Oh, never mind. I either... Is it 1, 2, 3? I think I can... I could take this 9 button for cost tile. That would fill in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and give me another 3 buttons. However, that would end my game with 4. So I think if I take this smaller tile and place it there, I have more opportunity to get... I've got at least one more turn, I think.
Yeah.
I'm not sure it's going to be useful, or if I'm just going to be plugging holes in the Titanic.
The trouble is, the 2 of the tiles are quite expensive, and I don't have that many buttons. I've only got 7. So
Well, I think in terms of the time, I think you're done. This is going to be your last turn.
Yeah, no, I'd prefer to grab a bigger, a different bit of patchwork, but this isn't terrible. So let's grab my last bit of patchwork. I'm fairly happy with my quilt.
Yeah, it's not too bad, is it?
It's got a few raggedy edges, but mostly it's square.
Yeah, mostly. Alright, so you've ended up on positive 2 points.
Woohoo!
Now, how can I... Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think this is probably my best shape option. This floral arrangement.
Yep, I can see that.
Because... Ooh, let's do it that way. I can do that. Sure. Because it costs me the least. But I do get a good button income at the end of it. There we go. That is -7 to 2.
Woohoo!
Congratulations.
Positive points.
Yay! Yeah, write these down so I can log those later. There you go. That is Patchwork in a nutshell.
I like that it has the option to save and replay. I'm going to tick that just because.
Would you like to give this another go?
Yeah. So
And you...
I know I won, but now I feel like I know more what I'm doing.
Oh, that's alright then. long as you know what you're doing.
Yeah,
Right.
but I'm glad to have played it. I've heard good things about this, and yeah, I can see why it's
Yeah,
enjoyable.
I do think that I don't think it needs all the variants that it has, because there's a lot. There's like a Christmas edition and there's a Halloween edition, but they're all identical.
Yeah,
They're the same game. It's just different tiles and different like the tiles
yeah,
are doing
different
slightly different things.
skins.
It's like I get that. I also don't think you need it. You are up first. No shade on anyone who does have multiple copies of Patchwork or has their favourite skin. I personally just don't think it needs it.
That's an awkward looking first tile, but go on then.
None of them are great. Apart
I
from
will
you just have to take that crucifix.
take it, yeah, and decide where to put it.
Slap bang in the middle of the board. Go on
Well,
hard mode.
not a terrible idea, but I should be able to pick up at least one scrap during the game, so if I stick it in the corner, I can hopefully fill the corner with the scrap later.
You underestimate the level of spite I will go to make sure you don't get a scrap. Alright, it's a me. Well, the only thing I can go for is this big long snake. I kind of want to place it vaguely in the middle because putting it too close to an edge gives a really awkward shape to try and fill in. I know that shape does exist, but it feels a bit awkward.
Yeah.
So I might just pull it. I'm sure. You know what? Let's go. I'm going to go rogue and just bang in the middle of the board.
Okay. Bold strategy. Let's see how it works.
Yeah. Alright, let's go with this shape. This is a problem because none of the button income tiles have come up so far for me that are remotely affordable. And now I have to pass. So I get no button income. Foo.
Okay, yeah, I think the taunt is going to fit quite nicely for me.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Very nice. Alright, so I'm going to have to go with this odd snake. Flip that round. Give it a swizzle. That's what we want. Go there. Nice. We do at least get a button income. And back to me.
Auto pass from me, yeah.
Okay. Ah, now that, kids, is called irony. Because the piece that I would have needed had I put it up here has arrived. Let's see where I can place this now. Of course, the even bigger irony is I can't easily place it. So let's stick it in the top corner. Let's do that. And now I have a button income of 2.
Right. Do I want to spend all my buttons on a long boy, or do I want to spend time on the thing that will give me extra button income? I think saving the buttons is the smarter strategy because it gives me more options in future turns.
It does. Filling in the big shapes. Useful.
that I will save my buttons, but spend my time.
Well, this is good news for me because I'm about to get yeeted right up that time track because I have no buttons. Whee! This will step up and some
Okay,
income.
background to me, and there's only one tile I can fix. Okay, well, I guess I may as well.
Take the big C.
Have that, yeah. Question is where to put it. Probably adjacent to the starbursts. Seems like a good place for it.
Nice. Okay, what have we got here?
Lots of little bits.
Lots of little bits and pieces. Alright, let's go with this one first. 3 and 3. Flip around, pop it in there. That feels reasonable. It's still me. Another corner. Let's place it up here, I think. No, it's still me. And I can have this other corner, which is a 0 time and a... Oh, sorry, 0 buttons, but 3 time.
Free scrap. Yeah, that's not bad.
Ah, just short of the scrap. Curses. I remember the first time I played this game, I got very irritated by it because I felt the entire time that I was playing it, I was losing.
Okay.
And I ended up winning at the end of the game. And I could not understand how someone who felt like they were losing the entire game could come back and win. Because it wasn't like I did anything in particular towards the end of the game to win. I just happened to win.
Interesting.
It bugged me a little bit, for some reason. I do not know why. Let's see.
You felt like you didn't have a sort of a good idea how it was going.
Yeah, or at least I didn't understand why I felt like I was losing if I wasn't.
Yeah.
So it came away a little bit deflated on that front.
I mean, there's sort of the two conflicting things of filling in the board and the button income, which don't necessarily go together, do they?
No. Nicely done. I like that you've got the matching patterns. That's quite pretty. I've got the weird cactus. I guess it goes up there.
Yeah, I like that name for the piece, the weird cactus.
It's either a weird cactus or it's a confused duck. Oh! End up passing into just before the scrap again. My button income this time around has been awful.
I've been trying to focus more on that. Now I've worked out how that worked.
Hmm.
Claim something that gives me even more buttons.
More buttons!
And a scrap that I don't actually need, which is a weird position to be in.
Well, bully for you. That's it again. This entire game, I felt like I've been losing because it feels like you've been doing quite well. But actually, looking at the scores, I'm ahead.
I've pulled in
Marginally.
more of the board, yeah.
Okay. Now, do I take a big piece that gives me more buttons? Let's have a look at how this could potentially fit in my board. Or do I take a small piece that only gives me this gives me more income. Hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I don't want to take this piece because it will end up with me stopping just before the scrap again, and that will be infuriating. Let's start with the small piece.
Then you get another go at least.
Then I'll get another turn. It's cost me 2 buttons, so I'm down to 6. But it's only cost me 1 time. So
I've just realised I'm quite short on buttons at the minute.
1, 2,
oh well.
3, 4, 5, 6.
I'll probably expect to be passing.
Yeah, so it's going to cost me 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And then you're going to be passing. So that'll be me. Okay, so I feel fairly comfortable in playing this big piece. Let's try there. Sure. It cost me 5 buttons, but I will progress up and get a button income of 4 buttons. You have to pass. You get your buttons back. So if there's anything here that will give me a time of 3, I will get that scrap. Nope, I have to pass. God damn it. Patchwork!
I think we may have just if you do another list video with most of your bottom 50 games, I think this may be making the list.
Oh, this has always been in my lower doldrums of games. I think it's fell into the list of games that I will play if someone else suggests it, but I will never suggest it myself necessarily. Which is not a bad position to be in. Like there's a lot of games out there. To outright, I think it's very rare that I will outright hate a game.
Yeah.
There are a couple of games out there that I do absolutely hate, but this is one of them. I just get frustrated by it because I don't understand. Don't understand why it hurts me. Uwe! Why do you hurt me so? Oh, good God.
Yeah, I stole the scrap again.
Well, the only thing I've got is this big long thing that's worth 1 time and 7 buttons. And what a surprise, I have 7 buttons. And you have 22 buttons. Good God, man.
Plus 13 button income.
Yep, that is a thing. Okay, do you know what? I'm going to pass because there's no benefit to me in taking that piece, because all that will happen is I have to pass.
Yeah.
And it doesn't. I guess it would have given me 1 extra button, but I would have lost a button because I've had to spend it. It's fine. Everything is fine. I've kind of stopped you from getting that nice big green piece that's 4 down. That would be kind of useful. That would be quite useful for you. For your bottom, for your middle right.
Yeah, I don't think you have.
I guess you could. Yeah, you could take some of the smaller pieces, the shorter time. Well,
No,
unless if you took that 7 button 1 time cost.
yeah. Yeah, I think I'll take the 7 button 1 time cost.
Yeah.
Now, the interesting question is, do I put that
In the spot that you want to put
that piece in, or do I try and go for the 7x7 again?
I feel like going for the 7x7 would frankly be rubbing it in.
Oh, good. I'll do that then.
Alright then. Well, given that I can't get the 7x7 this turn, you probably could get it relatively easily. Might as well mitigate some of your points. Well, that's just rude.
Yeah, I'm looking pretty good for the 7x7 as well.
Mm-hmm. Alright, what can I do here?
Just like we're going to play next, because I think this might be our last game. This.
I don't mind. I don't mind playing it again. It's just this is this has vexed me sometimes. All right, let's pop. Oh, am I better off putting it in this top corner? I don't think it really matters at this point. I can't do anything efficiently. Still me. All right, let's try this one. 4 buttons to time. Yes. Boop, boop. Still me. I have 8 buttons. Let's go with this. Pop, pop. Ooh.
Can only pass.
You had to
And
pass.
that probably means you're actually going to get that little scrap, finally.
Yeah. But more interestingly, can I somehow manage to get the 7x7? I think I might be able to. Surely not. That feels obscene.
I don't think you can quite.
No, I don't think I can either. Unless... Can I? No, not with that piece.
The issue you've got 3 separate areas where you need to put something in to get the 7x7.
Yeah.
I think you can only get 2 of them at best.
Yeah. Okay, let's take this one. Or... no, I can do it. I can do it.
Okay, I don't see how, but go on.
Takes me to the end of the game, but I have this patch, and I put it there. That gets me the 7x7.
Oh yes, it does. Well done. Well spotted.
Whew.
Wow. Now what?
Now I think you win quite handily.
I need to fill in as much space as possible.
You've got 1, 2, 3, 4 time left in which to do it. But you also have all the buttons.
There we go. There's my 7x7. Not that it matters now.
Very nice.
And yeah, last piece. So
Thing is you're getting a 19 button income, so that's going to completely obliterate anything I have. Yeah. Ooh, 9 to 1.
Made it into the positives again.
You did. I've got a thing that created a blanket for owls. I don't know what that means, but that's a thing that has happened. I unlocked an achievement.
I got the Taunt Award for landing on top of your opponent.
Yeah, I got that in the last game. Bizarre. Anyway, that is Patchwork. Let's. I think we can shelve Patchwork for now. Should we have a look at what's available on Board Game Arena?
Yeah.
Just bring it up in the background so that
I'm going to look at my achievements and see what I got.
victory, I think, is the key thing that happened here. Board Game Arena.
Oh, I got a very pretty award for gaining 10 buttons in a single income phase.
Ooh, very nice.
Yeah, TOSVB created a blanket for owls. It doesn't say what that means. Oh well.
Owls would like it. Alright, let's see what we can do here.
How do I exit the game? Yes, there we go.
So, there's a couple of 2-player games on Board Game Arena. That Time You Killed Me. Oops, that's Sobek. I do not want to go to Sobek. Because although I don't mind Sobek, I also don't know how to explain how to play it. Sea Salt and Paper. That's a good little quick card game that has just come out with an expansion on Tabletop on BGA. 2-player games though. We've got things like Jekyll vs Hyde, which I also do not know how to play. Bubbly Pop. I have no idea if that's in any way related to sort of regular thing. Santorini. Nice little.
Oh, I've not played Santorini. That's another one I've heard good things about.
Let's go to Santorini. I quite like Santorini a lot. The problem I have is Laura doesn't.
All right.
So, therefore, I sold my copy. Because it's easily available on BGA, so it's like if I wanted to play it, I could play it with Ross. And it's very easy to just pick up and play. I have sent you an invite. Go to game.
I am putting, and I'm going to remember I need to look at the button, not just click the first one. Right.
So, in Santorini, we are in the Greek islands of Santorini, and we are basically going around with our 2 builders, building up and trying to climb up so that our worker ends up on the 3rd tier of a tower. On our turn, we will have a move action, and then we will have a build action, and those are the 2 things that we're going to be doing. As a bird screeches outside for some reason. So we have a move action, and then we have a build action. So we will build, we'll move, and then wherever our worker has placed, we can build in these squares surrounding the worker that we have just placed. You can build up, and when you move, you can move up 1 step at a time. And there are 4 tiers of building. You can do a ground floor, you can do a middle floor, top floor, and then you can put, if you want to block your opponent, you can put a dome on top of it. One of those little blue domes that Santorini is famous for. But what makes this more than just an abstract strategy game for 2 players is that you have the options of including god cards, or Greek mythology cards, as the case is we have. We have Athena as one of our options, and we have the Minotaur, and each of these have got their own special power. Athena, the goddess of wisdom, on the opponent's turn, if one of your workers have moved up during your last turn, opponent workers cannot move up this turn, so that kind of gives you a bit of a restriction. The Minotaur, his ability is that your worker may move into an opponent worker's space if their worker can be forced backwards in a straight line to any unoccupied space of any level. So potentially push your opponent around a little bit. I choose a power to start, and then you must choose a power.
Alright, okay.
Which is an odd way of doing things, but it is what it is. You have taken Athena. I have got the Minotaur. So we now get to choose where we are going to start our workers. I'm going to start with my worker. One worker here, my female worker, and my male worker.
Oh, you have 2 workers.
You have 2 workers between the 2 of us. So you'll move one and then build around that worker.
Oh, I may as well vaguely copy you on the basis that you probably know more or less what you're doing.
I do have a pretty good idea. I do like the tactileness of this game. Like, the pieces are really satisfying to play with. Because they're all plasticky and they're all plastic, like, chunky bits. Which is very nice.
So, let's start building.
You need to build and go.
Ah, you can move diagonally.
You can, yes. You can move in any of the spaces that are around you.
Okay. Well, that would not be a good move, Dominic.
Do it.
No, I may be a noob, but I'm not that much of a noob, I hope. So what's the trigger for the end of the game?
The end of the game is when one of your workers climbs onto the 3rd level of a tower.
Alright, okay.
So I'm going to go here, and I'm going to build here. You can only climb up 1 level at a time.
Yeah. Okay, I may have messed up already. Okay.
That's alright, this is a start. This is a learning game.
Yep.
It's like playing chess with a grandmaster the first time. Not that I'm comparing myself to a grandmaster, but relatively. You play chess with your grandfather for the first time ever, and it's just like, well, you know you're going to lose.
Oh no, that's not what I wanted to do.
That's right, you can restart your turn.
Yeah.
Did you want to build on the square behind it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ah, you can rotate the board. That makes things easier.
Yes. I'm going to go here, and I'm going to build up. There you go.
Ah, and block me off. Curses.
Yes. Build there. It's a bit tricky. So that now will prevent me from moving up this turn.
Yeah. Okay. This may be turning into something resembling a fan. Yeah, Athena's kind of a dick power, really.
It does make it a little hard to work with. Yeah. This.
Here we go. Yeah, it's more thinking than it initially looks, isn't it?
Yes. So I'm trying to plot out multiple moves in advance. But it's a good little game. I do quite like it. I've got there's a new game that came out by the same designers called Ragnaroks, which is a similar sort of concept of abstract strategy game, but area control and Vikings.
Ooh, that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, it's interesting. I've got it here. So next time we've got some time, we're just hanging out. We should give it a go.
Right. Well, things are looking fairly positive for me, I think. Oh,
Except
oh
I
no,
can
because
do
you can put a
this.
dome on. I did not think of that.
Yeah.
Damn you. That was getting cocky.
Hmm.
Okay then. So you can play that again.
Two can indeed play that game. However, I'm going to play a slightly mean game, I think.
Hmm.
So that worker is now trapped.
Well, kind of. You just have to keep your one trapped in order to
Yeah.
do it.
Go across here and build up there.
You.
Gonna pop a little dome on there.
Saw that coming.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no going up for you this turn.
Nope.
I
And
don't,
also,
I don't think you can dome me.
no, I think that's you have one. in that situation.
Oof.
Very nicely done. Yeah, Athena is a rough one to play against. There's not a lot I can do, so I'll just dome that one. I could have resigned, but I'll let you have the victory of plopping yourself on top. Very nice.
Hmm.
There you go. Huzzah indeed. That is Santorini.
And the trophy. Hey.
And trophy for first game of Santorini. Another go?
Yeah, why not?
Let's see if I can add in. Let's turn off the simple gods. Let's have some advanced gods. Yes. Go to game.
None of these basic bitch gods like Athena.
Nah, we want Hades and Poseidon.
Ooh. That's...
If your unmoved worker is on ground level, it can build up to 3 times as Poseidon. But opponent workers cannot move down from Hades. Ooh. Interesting.
Yeah.
So Hades shall be the first player. I kind of like the idea of playing with Poseidon. The Earthshaker. Interesting. Oh, not. It's making me sad.
Well, it's just me.
This is going to be a very different game, I think. This will be a heck of a puzzle.
Yeah, I'm not sure how this is going to play out.
I have an idea of what my strategy is going to be.
Okay.
Interesting. Why can't I build in that corner? I should be able to build in E1, but I can't. Oh well. I will build here instead. Oh,
it's your unmoved worker can build 3.
You're right. You're right. It's my unmoved worker. That's why. Okay, that makes more sense. Confirm. Oh, I see what the strategy is for playing with Poseidon. In particular against Hades, I think.
Yeah.
Go
May have made an error here.
So I'm going to build this one. Actually, no. Wait, restart turn. I'm going to go here. We'll build there. You can build there, there, and there. Confirm.
I'm not progressing myself very far. I'm sort of having to fight off your plans. Oh, but that's interesting. If you can't move down, I can potentially trap a work without us having to boss up one of mine.
Yes. So, I have to consider how I'm going to work my way around this. I'm not confident in that, but that's what I've done.
Hmm.
Let's free the worker a little bit. Dome that one, and then I can dome that one,
Ah, yes, you can.
build here and build here.
Okay.
Whew. I think that might have done it for me. He says optimistically and uncertainly. Yep, that's why. Yep. I see what you did there. I disapprove of it vehemently. And I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
Wow. Okay. Feeling kind of bad now.
No, GG. Well done. That is well played.
Yeah.
I did not see that. I don't know why. I just did not see that coming.
I would like to claim that was a brilliant strategy. It wasn't. It was me sort of panicking and flailing around trying to stop you, and it just kind of worked out.
Yeah. Alright, I'll try one. Let's give this one more stab. Let's see what gods we might come up with this time. Those two powers have both been quite mean. Athena and Hades have both been quite powerful.
Yes.
Now, this is interesting. Who have we got here? We've got Triton, the god of the waves. Each time you move on a perimeter space, it can move again. That's
quite
nice.
handy.
Which you skip around. And Europa and Talus. Place the Talus token on your god pad, and you may relocate your Talus token to an unoccupied space neighbouring the worker that moved. All players treat the space containing a Talus as if it contains only a dome. What on earth is the point in that? I guess it's to obstruct things.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go with... Yeah, sure, why not? Let's let Talus and Europa be the first players.
Well, I'm having you over in Talus just because there's Taluses in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom.
Sure.
So.
And these are things of which I know nothing. I think my strategy here is build on the edges. And run around like a lunatic.
Like. One way only.
It's very slowly meander my way around the board.
Oh! Ah, that's slightly different to how I thought that power works. I thought it was just one extra move per turn, but it's as long as you're wandering around the perimeter, you can just
Infinite
whiz as far as
yes.
you like. Ah, that's more useful than I thought.
Which potentially could mean I could just yo-yo back and forth on a spot. Huh. That's potentially interesting. still can't move through myself, which is, some would say, a hazard, a problem. Because I can move away from you, stop moving there, I'm going to build here. Confirm.
No, that's not what I wanted to do. Move to there. Build there. Tailors there.
Yeah, you want to build inland.
Yeah, away from you.
I can sacrifice that movement, I think. I think I can get away with doing that once. Or twice. Thing is, as long as I stay on the inner or outer perimeter, I basically go wherever I want. I just can't go on that centre square.
Yeah. Well, that's going to be tricky to deal with.
And then you have the problem of Taylor's actually blocking yourself.
There we go.
Okay. So let's go here. And then here. And then I'll skip the rest of the room. I'll build here. Confirm.
Interesting.
Okay. Well, that's alright, because I don't need...
We'll shoot inland of it, hopefully.
Not necessarily, because I can just move backwards and forwards.
Ah, yes,
do
you
that.
can. That's annoying. Yeah, that's going to make it very difficult to actually get anything done.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I have a plan here. Okay.
You had a plan. But now I've effectively got both of my guys split onto two separate halves of the board. That's kind of, I guess that's what Taylor's is good for. It's just stopping me from running around quite so much.
Yeah.
But I have still got quite a wide circle of influence.
So on that note, let's shove that there.
Okay. These guys are just obstructors, I think, is probably what Triton's plan here is.
Yeah.
Force you into a particular situation and then just ruin things. I should probably update the stream type in case I'm concerned. Santorini.
Okay. I don't know if keeping your guys separated is a good plan, but it's the closest thing I have to a plan.
Okay, let's skip the extra movement. I'm going to build here. It's very hard to tell whether or not it is actually useful in any way, keeping them apart. It's not like they can directly influence each other, but they can control a huge amount of the board on their own. No movement from the tailor's
Yeah.
time.
Leaving it where it is.
Okay.
He's on the move.
I am on the move. Had an idea. Okay, I see what you've done. Doo-doo-doo. Let's go here. Pop that up there.
Little sticks. What do I do now? I honestly don't know. Okay.
I can see a move you most definitely don't want to do.
I can see many moves I don't want to do.
Well, I'll put it this way. There's a move that if you do it, it will end the game because you will not be able to do anything else. Actually, no, there's a way around it.
Okay, definitely don't want to see that move. That's maybe not the worst idea.
This could be madness. But it could also be genius. I am undecided as to which it is.
No, that's not going to work, is it?
How have you got
Fudge
an
skills. Fudge.
cool air coming. There's also a lot of insects.
Okay, that's not immediately terrible. I'll settle for that.
Let's go here. Build there.
Let's see how that works.
Interesting. That was not the move I was expecting you to make. I will build there, because why not?
And I think that's his game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this guy at D1 might be trapped, but his companion at D4.
Yeah, he's going to climb to the top and try it.
Hop in the centre. Hooray!
Well played.
Oof. That's an interesting combination, those two.
Yeah. Triton was so hard to play around.
Because the movement...
You could go anywhere, almost.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, basically the only thing that was restricted to me was that central square.
Yeah.
Where there was absolutely no benefit to me going there, other than going into the sort of the outer square to just build up. And just stop you from doing anything.
Yeah, I mean, my vague plan was to start trying to build structures on the outside that didn't have steps up, sort of to cut off the movement.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have time to get that going.
And I ended up forcing you ended up stuck in a corner,
Yeah.
which definitely didn't help. I think you backed yourself into that little snug.
Yeah, my own tailors was getting in the way a little bit as well.
Yeah, it then got to when the four pieces were in that bottom right set quadrant, it was a case of, well, now what?
Yes.
Almost.
Still, interesting game.
It is an interesting little game. I quite like Santorini. I think it's a good little thing. Also, I like the theme. The theme is good. It's a nice little abstract strategy game, which I quite enjoy. I think that's going to be it for today, because it's a little bit warm.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bugs running around, and quite frankly, I don't think either of us have got the capacity to try and learn a new game in the next half hour. So
Yes.
I think our best plan here will be to go off and raid Loserpalooza, who look like they are playing Nimalia, which looks lovely. So we will send you off to go and see them. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. If you like what you see, if you're watching this on YouTube, give us a subscribe and a like and all the fun things that you see. If you're watching this, ring the freaking bell. If you're watching this on Twitch, then give us a follow and do the things. Let us know that you're interested in more of this board gamey stuff. Until next time, thank you very much, everybody. We'll send you over to Loserpalooza. Dave and Ilka are busy playing some games. And until the next time we see you, take care of yourselves and have a lovely evening. Don, thank you very much for being here.
Yeah, thanks for the
As
game.
always.
That's been fun. It's been nice to have two-player ones. It's always nice having more people here, but sometimes I feel like I don't get the chance to try the two-player ones.
No, two play. It's nice to play games at two. I think sometimes, particularly the ones that are two-player only,
Yeah.
which is quite often what we do in our house. But there you go. Right, thanks everyone. That's it. Bye bye.
Bye.